Hey guys, and welcome to Crazy Days. This morning, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, and you see this row right here? Rattlesnake beans. Yep. We're going to show you what rattlesnake beans are, and what they're looking like on the vine, things like that. There are a lot of them. I've already started picking. I've got a few in my bucket. Danny will be here in a minute, and we're going to show you what rattlesnake beans are. These are the backside of our rattlesnake beans next to our raised beds and some of our fruit trees. You can see the whole vine. We have a trellis in here of cattle panels and steel posts. I'm going to show you that right here. You can't hardly see them because of the vines, but we put up steel posts ever so often and these cattle panels. And as you can see, they're blooming, little beans everywhere, but we'll show you the bigger beans in a minute. This side, this is our back to Eden garden. We have our tomatoes, and from what you can see all the way down, guys, it's nothing but beans. The tomatoes and the beans are trying to get together. Danny usually works this side, and I work this side because it takes both of us to get them all, or either one of us to go up one side and down the other. You see how thick these beans are on this trellis. And this, I mean, it's awesome. And this will probably be one of our biggest pickings so far because we've been getting enough to can, you know, the other day I think I canned 4 quarts and 1 pint. So these, from what I'm seeing, we're going to have a little more than that today. Isn't that a beautiful wall? The thing about these is these have done fail and they're falling this way. And you have to pick them up. You see them hiding in there? And you lift this, and look at this. See the size of those beans? Isn't that pretty good? Some of them aren't quite ready, but we get them when they're about like this. Look at up here in where my hand is. See them hanging in there? And one reason they're called rattlesnake beans is they can be right at your hand like these. And you won't even see them till you move. They could bite you. Look up here. Like a rattlesnake. Right there at you. And you don't even notice. And we have to go through and hold them up. There's one in there. I'm trying to get. Look at this. I mean, they're producing great. Our contenders did not do anything this year, so we're dependent on the rattlesnake beans. See some on the other side over there. One down in there. Look at this one. My hand was right at it. You see that? My hand was all in here, and I didn't see that one to start with. And they're in here. They're doing great, blooming still like crazy. So we're going to get to picking, and I'm going to show you when Danny gets here. Just picking some of them off.
Okay, guys, we're out here. Me and Wanda are this morning picking our rattlesnake beans. One thing about the rattlesnake beans we've learned, if this had been the contenders that we normally plant, the bush beans, they would have been gone the 1st of May. I mean, it would have been over with. But guys, look at this. I mean, these things are prolific. They're loading up. They're still putting on little tiny beans. And, I mean, you pick up the things here, and, I mean, look. We got beans everywhere. I mean, you just look. You lift up the vines. The beans are in here everywhere. Now, it's a little difficult to hunt them when they get matted up like this, but you know what? It's amazing to me how that here we are. We're almost to the end of June, and these things are still producing like crazy. So, you know, contenders are probably out the window for us. This is where we're going to be going from this point on because we're able to harvest snap beans or green beans, whatever you want to call it, all the way through the summer. It's a dual-purpose bean. We can actually let it dry. We can use dry beans. It's just a multi-purpose bean. So the rattlesnake bean is a winner here at Deep South Homestead. It is our bean to go to from this point on. We don't let them get too big because we don't want them tough. We don't like them to get to the bean stage. We try to keep them picked to it before that point. One of the things we've learned is that if the sun doesn't get to them, they don't turn purple. They stay green looking if the sun doesn't get to them. Like this one here was completely covered up underneath the leaves. No sun got to it. These others were getting some partial sun. They take on that purplish tint to them. And I'm going to tell you something, the reason they call them rattlesnake beans, the suckers are hard to find in all these leaves in here. You'll be picking and think you've got them all, and voila, there's one laying right where you thought you just looked. So, all right, guys, one of the things, the reason we was telling you about the contenders, the reason we can't grow them this time of the year is the heat and the humidity. You see, these leaves are starting to turn yellow because the leaves are so matted up. A lot of these leaves are going to die and fall off just simply because there's no airflow into the plants. But the rattlesnake bean seems to be pretty resilient. It seems like it'll come back once a lot of the leaves fall off and start making again, where the contenders will not. Because guys, look, these are just, I mean, they're just a tangled mess. And we have to dig and hunt through here for the beans, but that's okay because we know they're going to continue to produce where the contenders would not. So humidity plays a huge part in green beans in the deep south down here. We can't grow stuff beyond a certain point unless it's a certain variety because of the humidity.
Maybe a quarter of this bucket is like a 2-gallon bucket of contender green beans. They're just not doing. It's too hot. And maybe close to 3/4 of a bucket, that's a 5-gallon bucket of rattlesnake beans. Look how pretty, guys. Isn't that awesome? These are doing great. Rattlesnake beans. I take and cut the ends off, and then I cut them up in smaller pieces. The reason being, if I was going to snap these, sometimes these have these strings, and some of them are tougher, and I don't like to waste, and you can't hardly do that. You take off a piece of the end, and then to snap them, you got to sit here. It's just easier to take off a very little bit of the ends. See, I lost hardly anything there. This just goes so much faster to me. I can do this faster than I can sit and snap and hurt my fingers trying to take those little ends off and save as much bean as possible. So that's our rattlesnake beans. Thank you guys from Crazy Days.